Welcome to Prepper Nation. I'm John. Thank you very much for being here. Let me put my phone on silent mode just in case. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to jump right into it. We are living in a scary world, are we not? A lot of you know what I'm talking about already. You know, we've got economies collapsing, it seems like, all over the world. We've got revolution and the spirit of revolution in some countries. Other countries are dealing with civil war. We've got the war in Europe, Ukraine, Russia, and the like. We've got the war in the Middle East. And here at home, here in the United States, we have football season. Yay, right? And we have election season. So the football season, I'm not too much concerned with. I don't really keep up with it, but we do have three groups of people. It seems like here in the United States of America, okay? And I'm going to break down all three groups. Maybe you don't fall into one of these groups. Hey, if you don't, that's fine. We're just over here chilling, right? But first group seems to care more about football, or you could say any other sport. They care more about sports in general. But again, it's football season, son, than they do anything else that's going on right now. And if that's not you, that's okay. But you probably know somebody. You probably know somebody that is a fanatic and they're just worried about the NFL, or they're worried about college football rather than all the other big boy and big girl stuff that is happening here in the United States of America. The second group seems to be, I don't want to say obsessed, but they can't get enough of the upcoming election, the election season, all of the debates. They don't miss any kind of political news whatsoever. And again, if this is not you, you probably know somebody. You probably know somebody. We all do. And then we have a third group here in the United States. And this includes a lot of our younger generations, okay? They're just living life. They don't really care about sports anymore. You can ask a middle school or a high school football coach if you know one. They're having trouble getting people to come out for sports anymore because young people just don't care about that kind of stuff anymore, and they don't care about politics one way or the other. There are not a lot of young Republicans. There's some. I don't want to make generalized statements. There are definitely some young Republicans, but not enough. And then the Democrats, of course, they have trouble getting young people to come out and vote because, they turn to entertainers and things like this, athletes, to try and get people to come out and vote, the younger people. So a lot of people don't know, especially in that last group or maybe the football season group, that Congress goes back into session today to try and fund the government so we don't have a government shutdown because, oh boy, that would be terrible, wouldn't it? Not necessarily. You know what? I'm ready for a government shutdown. Should have happened a long time ago. It doesn't scare me. But they're meeting today, and they're trying to. I think the House Speaker wants 6 more months. They want to make sure that we're funding the government until we have a new president. Okay. And again, a lot of people don't even know that Congress is going back into session, much less that the SAVE Act is the number one thing on the table. So the SAVE Act, the short and skinny on this, is you must verify you are an American citizen to vote. Republicans want this. This is really their only demand. We want the SAVE Act put into place via the government, all 50 states, and hey, we will fund the government for the next 6 months. Democrats are saying this is a deal breaker, and this is their reasoning behind this, okay? They say no illegals are voting. Therefore, there's no reason for it, and it's a deal breaker. So it's strange to me. If it's not happening anyway, why would you care? Why would you just not implement this? It seems like common sense to me, but again, conservative, libertarian mindset. Again, break it down very small scale. If you have people in your home that aren't supposed to be there, They shouldn't be making the rules and dictating where your money is being spent. That should be the people that live in the home, correct? The people that are supposed to be there. So it seems like common sense, but we don't have much common sense when it comes to politics. In case you were not aware of this. I think most of you are, though, right? So the debate happens. Let's see. It's going to happen tomorrow. And I know a lot of people say, I'm not watching the debate. I'm not going to watch it. They're being all smug about it. And maybe you're not going to watch it, but a lot of people will. The numbers will be through the roof on this thing. And the following day, a lot of channels are going to be talking about the debate, what went down at the debate, what was talked about. I'm not necessarily going to do that, but I am going to go over the debate somewhat before it happens, okay? Again, because the numbers are going to be through the roof, I don't know that I'm going to watch it. I'm still on the fence. I'm kind of bored with politics, to be honest with you. I'm kind of bored with the upcoming election because I don't think anything that happens is going to move the needle too much one way or the other. But at the same time, the thought of Kamala Harris, because this is how it's going down. It's going to be on ABC, I believe, and again, Disney Plus and Hulu and all this stuff. Disney Plus. If that doesn't tell you right there all you need to know, it's going to be on Disney Plus. Seeing Kamala Harris being asked a question, knowing that there's no interruptions, nobody coming to save her, no teleprompter, watching her talk about a serious topic, whatever the topic is, for 2 minutes, to me will be entertaining. So this might be enough to make me want to watch it just for the entertainment value. Just to watch her dance around the topic and create word salad after word salad, because I really think she has no plan when it comes to anything. And I do think that if it's fair, okay, that's the key here. If it's fair, Donald Trump is going to destroy this poor lady in this debate. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you straight up. Now, here's what I mean by if it's fair. The people with all of the power in this debate, well, that would be ABC and the moderators, because they're asking the questions. So Trump really needs to talk about the issues, right? And if he's surrounded himself with smart people, they're telling him, you really need to talk about the issues. We need to talk about getting all these illegals out of here. We need to talk about the economy and what we're going to do to save the economy. Things like this, food inflation. But he's only going to be able to respond to the questions ABC is asking. So if they're pitching him totally different questions, he's going to be forced to answer these questions to the best of his ability and not really talk about the topic. So I don't know. Again, I don't think it's going to move the needle one way or the other. And I don't know that it's going to matter, because if the SAVE Act does not pass, again, we're talking about Congress, if Republicans are not able to pass the SAVE Act, which again forces you to identify yourself, what a concept, before voting, I don't think it's going to matter too much anyway, because there's so many people here illegally at that point that could possibly potentially vote in battleground states and just turn the tide one way or the other. So there's all kinds of stuff being talked about by Congress right now outside of the SAVE Act, okay? Some of this is on Republicans, some of this is on Democrats, just to be honest with you. Republicans are really bird dogging the idea of increasing the retirement age, because Social Security, the money is run dry. I mean, they're running aground on that, and they don't really know what to do. They don't know where to produce the money for Social Security right now. They're borrowing it from other places again, but the problem is it's running aground, and so this sucks. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't believe Republicans are thinking about doing this. What should have happened was the money should have been there and it should have been protected and safe from reckless spending, but they spent the money already. Nobody wants to work until they're 80 years old before they can file for SSI. I mean, this is just ludicrous to me. Capital gains taxes. Kamala Harris wants to increase these big time. And to the point where some Democrats are like, pump the brakes, darling, pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? Because we do insider trading. Now you're costing us money. She is pushing for, and a lot of Democrats are, a single payer. They call it a single payer healthcare system, which is just a fancy word for Obamacare 2.0, government insurance. Let's go ahead and cut all of the insurance companies out of the loop. Let the government handle that because they're so good with everything else that they do. That's sarcasm, by the way. The real issue is the government cannot stop spending money that it doesn't have. And this is another reason that I'm kind of getting burnt out with politics, because it seems like it doesn't really matter who we have in the White House, who we have in Congress, House or Senate or whatever, who the majority leaders are. The problem remains the same. We continue to spend money that we do not have. And they will cut from here and here and here, but they never cut from the money that they're actually spending. And that's the scariest part for me, to be honest with you. The scariest part is financially, it's already over here in the United States. It's already over. And the government knows it. You kind of feel like, at least I do, this is how I feel, y'all let me know. It almost feels like government officials know it's over financially. They know the crash is inbound. And they're trying to stuff as much money into their pockets and into their political war chest as they can before they parachute off the airplane. Because make no mistake about it, the people in Congress and the elites, they have parachutes. They have plenty of money. They have windfalls to fall back on, right? People like us don't. We're going to have to try and survive the plane crash. We don't have parachutes, so to speak. And this is the scariest part for me, that financially it's already over. The government knows it and doesn't seem to care. And that we have so many American citizens that don't seem to care either. Again, because the Jets are playing the 49ers tonight. And that's what everybody in that football crowd is focused on right now. Sorry if that's you, it's you. You know what I mean? The plane is crashing financially. I'm not really worried about the Jets and the 49ers, but that's just me. The third group, the live and let live, and I'm just kicking rocks and I'm doing my own thing and I don't care about football or politics. These people don't care that the economy is crashing either. Not just the football crowd, but this is why, in my opinion, I don't think that we're going to see another revolution in this country. People continue to leave that comment, we need revolution. It only takes 3%. It takes a lot more than just 3%. You're looking at 3% doing the fighting, yes. But it takes a lot more. It takes a country that actually cares. It takes a majority of the citizens to actually care about the direction of the country. How many more beatings are we going to have to take? Now, metaphorically speaking, right? That's a big word this morning, y'all. How many more beatings are we going to have to take before we get tired of it? How much more do our taxes have to go up? How much more does your health insurance have to go up? Or your house property taxes? How much more do groceries have to go up before we're just fed up and we're sick and we're tired of it? And we decide we're going to do something about it. How much more has to happen before our pitiful living conditions outweighs football season? Just a question. Because until the majority of citizens here in the United States get tired of it, it's going to continue to happen. People that want revolution, look, the country's got to start waking up. If they don't, you're not going to see another revolution. But again, that's my thoughts. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Take care. God bless.